everyone, welcome back to our channel. It's Bella here. In today's tutorial I created this makeup look for you guys, so if you want to see how I achieved the look, then just go ahead and keep on watching. To be entered in this month's giveaway, make sure that you give this video a thumbs up, make sure that you are subscribed to our channel, make sure that you hit that bell button and turn your post notifications on so that you never miss a video, and if you are located in the United States, then comment done down below to be automatically entered. So to prime my eyes, I'm using my Too Faced Born This Way concealer, and I'm just applying it all over my eyelid, and then I always blend it with a damp beauty sponge, and then I set everything in place with translucent powder. The palette that I went in with is the Huda Beauty Sapphire Obsessions palette. And I really like all of her Obsessions palette. I'm yet to come across one of them that I do not like. I like pretty much all of them that I've tried. And this is what the palette looks like on the inside. And I picked up this really light baby blue shade first, and I picked it up with a fluffy blending brush, and I actually put that shade in my crease as my transition shade. And the really fun thing about working with bright colors is that you can still use the same techniques that you would with a neutral look, if that makes sense, and that's how you get it to be a little bit more wearable. Obviously this isn't going to be a wearable look for everyone, and this is just an artistic look, so definitely keep that in mind. The next shade that I went in with is the darker blue, matte blue shade, and I just picked that up with a defined angled brush, and I started to map out where I want to create my depth in my crease, and I did wing it out when I get to the outer corner. And then I went back into that first light blue shade that we used as our transition shade, and I went in circular motions and back and forth motions directly over top of that blue shade. And you definitely want to go back and forth between the medium blue shade and the transition shade just to build up the crease a little bit more before you go in with this deeper blue shade, which I picked up next. And I went directly over top of that previous shade that we applied, and I like using a really small detailed angle brush for the most precise application. And even though it looks a little bit sharp, don't worry, we will blend it out. And I went back into that first transition shade to do so. And I just went over it quite a few times, just going in back and forth motions and circular motions just to really blend that shade out. But I really like the definition and blendedness that I had at this point, so I just left it at that. Next, I moved on to the lid, and I picked up that first shade once again just to start to add depth in the inner and outer corners of my lid, just to really start to create that halo effect. And what you want to do is you want to start in the very inner and outer portion, and then when you barely have any product left on your brush, light tapping motions inward. And that's how you get that tapered effect. And then I went into the medium matte blue shade in the palette, and I started to do the same exact thing, but I didn't bring it in quite as much as the lightest transition shade that we first went in with. And then I went into my Too Faced Born This Way concealer once again, and I started to clean up the very center part of where I'm going to apply my halo, or where I'm going to apply the spotlight in the center of the halo. And this is what I always like to do when I'm creating a halo effect. You just want to do kind of like a cut crease, but you don't want to drag it all the way in and out. You just want to leave it on the very center portion of the eye. And then I set it in place with translucent powder, and then I went back into that first transition shade and just made sure that the edges were super blended. And then next I went in with my NYX glitter primer, and I went in with my Violet Voss Venus glitter, and I just applied that to the very center portion of the lid. Next, I applied some mascara to my lashes before going in with falsies, and the falsies that I went in with are the Sylvie Bella lashes. I'll leave the link in the description box down below, and this is Sofie and I's lash brand if you guys didn't already know, and I link it in every single video, so if you guys are interested, definitely check it out. The style that I used is Barbados. And now moving on to the lower lash line, I went in with that first transition shade and I started to apply it to the inner and outer corner, just to give the same halo effect that we did in the crease, also on the lower lash line, so that everything is nice and cohesive. And then I went in with the medium blue shade. And I just applied that to the inner and outer corners as well. And I find that using a pencil brush like this is going to get the most blended look. And then I put that Venus glitter on the very center part, and I used that same NYX glitter glue. And the last thing that I did was I applied some lower lash mascara. I hope you guys enjoyed this look. I had so much fun creating this look. I actually really enjoy doing bright, colorful, artsy type of looks. Let me know in the comments down below what you guys thought about it, and if you would recreate it or you just enjoyed watching it and seeing how I play with color. I definitely want to know your guys' thoughts, so let me know. Thank you guys so much for watching, and thanks for all of the love and support, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!